Now, Jacob did want to talk about The Promised Neverland.
Yes, you finished it. Season 1. The only season in existence.
I
No
did look up a
thanks.
couple manga spoilers because I had to know.
Man, they
Mainly,
really should make a second
First of
season.
all, what Nick, do you care about manga spoilers for The Promised Neverland?
Man, I mean, I might
It's a complicated topic. I can't, yeah, because maybe you'll read it. Yeah.
Okay, then I won't say anything. I won't
I
say what I
mean,
looked up, but it's
yeah.
really like I had like 2 or 3 specific things I just needed.
Personally, I do not believe it is worth reading, Nick, for you. But obviously, if you want,
You read all? You read it?
I didn't read all of it, but I know all of it, and I read like half of it.
We can talk about it as just one season of a show.
I'm curious what you Googled, though, Justice.
Character deaths.
Not death.
Just
Well,
dumb.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not saying
You don't have to say what the answer was. You can say what you Googled, though.
Well, I googled. I
Yeah.
can say I can say what I googled.
Now, just don't say what the answer was. Just tell me what you wanted to know.
Is Norman dead?
Was that it?
Yeah, that was the main one. That was the first one I looked up at the very end.
I'm curious. I'm still curious about that too at the end of the season.
Let me think. Was there something else? The thing is, I don't, especially when it's an anime, when they're always running through the forest. I'm like, oh. And I don't know if that's what the next show would be, but I'm like, I can see a lot of forest running in this potentially. It's bleak, man.
I suppose I won't spoil it. I'll say, man, the story how when they leave, it stops feeling like the Promised Neverland. Like I mean, like pretty soon after. It's all of the conflict is shockingly gun based from here on out.
Interesting. Oh, dang it. Oh, there was one shot that I actually thought was so baller. The very, very end, when they like all gone through those zip lines and Mother's standing there and you just see the lines just fall at the same time.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see them fall. Please show them fall. And then they did. I was like, yeah! That was so baller. It's like, F you, Mother. It's literally like they're cutting their umbilical cords off.
Wow. Yeah.
Dang.
I'm telling you, fellas, I'm getting
I mentioned that there was a Hades Town sort of thing in there. So Isabella, or what they call Mom, obviously she isn't biologically all of their mother, but she is biologically Ray's mother. And so, and that's why you have that scene where she hears him humming, and she's shocked. So
okay, I want to talk about that aspect real quick.
Well, yeah, go ahead. I gotta walk away for a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, god dang it. Oh, man, I like the idea. I even thought about it, kind of. I was like, man, if only they could remember when they were babies. I had that brief like thought. And then Ray was like, I have every memory from when I was in the womb. I was like, what the fudge? Yes! Because, that's the only way someone could know that young so early. So yeah, that's a cool idea. Now you gotta wait for that, Jacob. I still don't know. Is Mother not an alien? Jacob implied she was an alien.
I don't know. I don't remember.
She's got purple eyes.
So it's anime. All characters have different colored eyes.
I guess. What else? There's Norman, and then there's. Oh, it is so effed up when he was like, "It's okay, Emma," and he goes to like the tub or something to get some water or something. I don't know. And he's like, "Oh my god, or the sink, I guess. I'm gonna have to die. Oh my god." Man, that's effed up. I love like. There's this movie called Tower Heist, which isn't that great, but it's directed by a terrible person, I guess. But there's a scene where it's basically a middle-aged man hanging off a ledge or a car that's swinging. It doesn't matter, off a building, and he's like, "Okay, Jay, I'm explaining the part in Tower Heist when Matthew Broderick's holding on to the car or something, and he's swinging, and he says, "I don't want to die." Uh, and I was taking that and alluding it to when Norman's sort of like crippling down in the bathroom, like, "I'm gonna die. What am I gonna do?"
Oh man.
And I was explaining it like, just and we were like how you and I were talking about that. Just that motivation. It's like, well, yeah, it's pretty relatable motivation. I don't want to die. And then, to apply that to a kid, having to have that thought, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, but he has to like act so he knows that it's the best decision for them. They just go through with it, and he's like having to act like he's okay with it, and they know he's acting, and they're like, that's effed up.
Yeah.
But anyway, Isabella being Ray's mom. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So when she was a kid, there was a boy she liked who made that song, and then she hums it when she's pregnant, and now she only hums it when she's leading a kid to death. So that's why she's shocked when she hears someone humming it, and she sees Ray, and Ray's like, because Ray doesn't have infantile amnesia and he has memories from inside the womb, he knows the song that only dead kids are supposed to know.
Well,
and that's why, and that's why she's shocked to hear him humming it, and then and that's how he knows she's his mom.
So he knows that she learns it then.
Well, yeah, she maybe know. I don't know if she knows he's her son. I don't know, but
oh, what do they? Is that something they explain later?
No, I don't know.
Like, I've always known.
Democracy calls for aid.
No.
I don't know if she knows.
There's one thing I hate. I hate, and you know what it is. Now I think you know what this one is. Leaving in all the Phils, mainly Phil. Honestly, F the rest of the kids. Should have just took Phil. That would have been just fine.
Jacob loves Phil. What the heck, man?
No, I'm saying Emma, like, they should have taken Phil with them instead of leaving him. They left him.
Right.
But they left him, but Phil was smart enough. He was like,
sure, yeah,
I can handle this.
So it kind of ties into the main thing about Palm City that I want to talk about. Okay, Emma is optimism, Ray is pessimism, and Norman is realism. And so both Emma and Ray are forced to like reconcile and compromise with Norman's realism by the end of the story.
Oh, you're right. Emma had a compromise, but Ray had to do more than he wanted.
Ray was like, so Emma's like, I want every single one of us to get out together. And Ray's like, you two are gonna get out, and I'm gonna effing kill myself.
I love that too, though. I don't know if I kind of do wish he did, but only if Mother had known first that he was her son. If that would have been devastating if like she found out later somehow. Like maybe the alien monsters be like, that was your son, right? But anyway, but I'm glad he didn't die. But that was so baller. He was just like, this was the plan all along, mother effer.
Right. So Norman told Emma to tell Ray, don't die here. I got something cool to show you. And the cool thing to show him was the kids escaping. And then you have like Norman and Ray's head show up, and he's like, see? And Ray's like, yeah, you showed me in the end. And Norman's like, yeah, this is a thing that neither of us thought was possible. Which is pretty much a confirmation that Norman was probably mostly lying to Emma at first when he said, yeah, we're going to get everybody out. Like, he just wanted to tell her that because he wanted to make her happy. He didn't think it was possible, but he's a realist. When it was revealed to be mostly possible, he engaged in it. He was like, yeah, okay, we're doing that. But yeah, he says to Ray, like, yeah, this is what neither of us thought could happen. But Emma made it happen.
I think Norman would have tried to get more than what Ray was just trying to do, like a team of 6.
Ray ideally would have had it been Norman and Emma alone, but he would have accepted only the oldest and most capable to join them.
Yeah. Where the heck is Noah? Jesus.
Late as always. Oh yeah, last week I had to freaking call him, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll join.
Maybe you gotta do it again." But yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, it's bleak. It's like, god dang it. And we don't even know all the things because the show doesn't exist anymore, apparently.
I never got a second season. Such a shame.
So is it officially canceled?
No, it's not canceled. It's just
So they're gonna try to keep going.
I don't know. So yeah, the second season was back in 2021, so it was a while back. They're not doing more. I think
What?
they basically tried to end it with that season.
Oh,
there
So
was
wait,
never a second
so
season.
maybe does the show and do different than the comic then? Or
Yes,
I
in
don't
a
know.
few key ways.
So did they bring
cut,
back?
cut a lot out, and then they just do a slideshow of the parts that lead to the very end.
Do they show Phil again?
I don't know.
Does Phil live, or does he get retconned?
As far as I'm aware, he does not get reconned.
But yeah, bleak as fudge. Effing, we're doomed. It's basically society. Like, take all the smart kids. It doesn't matter. They're meat anyway. All the poor dumb kids. They're also meat, but we'll eat them first because they're meat. Man, I wasn't fast enough.
Eldite,
As
So,
command the galaxy.
I don't know if like every line made it into the anime, but basically at near the end, when Ray, asks when Isabella is talking about like why she does what she does, she basically implies that she tries to teach the kids as well as possible, because if they're smarter, then they'll get to stay at the farm until they're 12, and she does want them to live as long as possible.
right. I do. I think Mother's motivations are valid in a sense.
Ish, right? It's like she's like, yeah,
She's trapped in the
But-
system. She can't get out anyway. She's as much a victim of it as they are. So,
kind of like, so again with the like, so Norman as the realist kind of confronting Ray with like saying, like, we have to, like, obviously Emma isn't being very realistic, but we kind of have to have hope the way Emma does if we want to save people at all. And
Exactly.
that's what Isabella lacks, was like the hope that she could do anything more substantial than just get the kids to live as long as they're allowed to within the
Exactly.
system.
It's a metaphor of the like women in America. No, I don't know. The ones that voted for Trump, especially. I'm putting this. If I put this, I'm going to save this video right now, and I'm going to make sure I don't cut that out.